Today we're going to talk about habits, making, breaking habits, habits that are making you successful and habits that are going to slow you down. Habits develop into routines and habits are going to turn into your natural reactions. Habits are super important on how to be successful in life. They're things that are going to keep you going and keep you going in the right direction, and they also can be things that are slowing you down and making you retrace and go in the wrong direction. Habits organize your behavior and they kind of turn into a natural reaction. They can be more elaborate as well. They can be a habit of exercising. In a certain time of day, you can be in the habit of eating certain foods. You can be in the habit of saying or not saying certain things. There are a lot of habits. There are also a lot of habits that don't serve you very well. So today we're going to talk about making and breaking certain habits. The system I've learned that's the most useful and can be used for most, if not all people, on how to build habits and how to test your habits. You need to set out to perform 6 new habits per day, right? And do it for 21 days. 21 days, that's how long it takes to build a habit. The idea is write down 6 things you like to do every day for 21 days. The expectation is you'll probably only, hit 4 to 5 of those each day. There's permission to fail. You don't have to do all these. The permission is, you can get 1 or 2 that you don't hit. The approach is to form habits and see which ones works, how they work, what's going to make them work, what's going to make them fail. This is the habit of performing habits. Doing a certain number of things per day and forming those habits of getting a certain number of things done per day that you have to get done. These could be journaling, learning the language, just certain big goals that you could take certain steps into, or certain steps in per day. This depends on your habits that you want to create. No more than 6. Expectation is you're not going to perform more than 4 to 5. If you miss a day, meaning you don't perform 4 to 5 that day, there is no punishment. Don't do a habit slip compensation, which psychologically means if you screw up and you mess up and you don't get all 4 or 5 in one day, you don't do 8 the next day or you don't do 10 the next day. No compensation. After 21 days, you're going to stop engaging in this 21-day deliberate 4 to 5 things per day schedule. You're simply going to go into autopilot. You're going to ask yourself, how many of those 4 to 5 habits that I was doing per day and deliberately trying to learn in the previous 21 days are going to stick and continue and automatically incorporate into your schedule? How many of those are you naturally going to be doing? Every 21 days, you're not going to add new habits. You're not going to do that. You're simply trying to maintain those habits that you built in those first 21 days. And this is extremely useful. You're going to find out if you can make room or even have room for more habits than you're already doing. So many people try and cram so many things in their day-to-day life, and then they lose the things that are most important because they're trying to add little things here and there. Sometimes it's important to stick to basics, but be consistent at the things that work. It's very possible you're going to hit 4 to 5 of these. You can hit 3 of these. There can be 2, and there could be just 1 that you find out that sticks and it works. Or you can be, end up being some superhuman, and you got these 6 down perfectly, and all 6 you continue to do every single day. That could also mean you just had so many things you needed to work on at the same time. It's different for every person. It depends on your lifestyle and where you're at currently. In that case, for the following 21 days, let's see if you can continue to perform those same 6 things every day for 21 more days. And then, and only then, you're going to see if you can add more habits. See if these work. See if this changed anything in your life. Be very self-reflective through this process. Look in the mirror and be very honest with yourself through this process. Journal this process. 21 days, that's 3 weeks. See what you can get done in 21 days. See what 3 weeks can do for your life and your day-to-day schedule. See what that's going to really change for you. All I've really talked about so far is how to form habits. Now, which is also very important, is breaking habits. I'm sure a lot of you out there have a lot of habits you want to break. There's a lot of habits that don't serve you well. One of the challenges in breaking habits, a lot of those habits occur quickly. You don't really have that opportunity to intervene until that habit's already locked into your system. Now, there's a lot of things that go on in your brain, cellular-wise, how your brain's working throughout these habits. And the biggest thing that I've really been interested in is seeing how to stop that brain from naturally using this natural reaction, breaking these habits. That's where it's really interesting. Let's say you have a habit of picking up your phone while you're trying to get work done. That's a reflexive habit that a lot of people have. When you get bored or you get lazy, you just flip the phone over. Phone has access to dopamine for a lot of people. You're kind of drawn to it. That just happens, especially in this generation. And what's happening with phone use over time is most people, including me, without a doubt, I find myself just looking at my phone, just sitting on my phone for no reason on a certain app, whatever it is, scrolling, not even engaging in anything, just on my phone. There's a lot of ways to break these sort of habitual behaviors. Most of the approaches involve establishing some sort of reward for not doing it, or a punishment for actually doing the activity, whatever that is. When no one's holding you accountable and no one's really monitoring you, it's easy to just continue doing something when no one's telling you, hey, stop doing that. Or hey, when you don't do it, good job. When no one's telling you that, no one's over your shoulder, keeping you accountable and holding you accountable in those ways, it's easy for you to continue, and that's when these bad habits become locked into your lifestyle. And what happens with most people is, and what you should be doing, is the second you realize you're going off track, the second you realize you picked up your phone when you know you shouldn't have, after you told yourself, don't go on your phone at this time, don't go eat a snack at this time, don't do this, but you catch yourself doing it, usually you realize right afterwards, right? You get that, like, you're tricking yourself into doing it, and then once you do it, and once you're done, you got that dopamine rush, you got whatever it is, that food, right? You went to the fridge, whatever it was, you flipped over your phone, you were biting your nails, whatever you were doing, whatever that habit was, then after you go, oh, I can't believe I just did that. So the thing that's been found is most effective is right when you engage in that bad habit. Instead of just going, okay, I know why I did this, going through that sequence of why you did that bad habit. The second you notice why you did that bad habit, go exchange the next reaction, the next behavior, exchange it for a good habit, right? So as soon as you go eat and you're like, oh, I can't believe I just ate that donut. Drop 10 push-ups, go for a walk, do something. Change it to a positive habit right after that, because I promise you, the next time you're thinking of going for that donut, the first thing you're thinking about is going for that walk after. Oh, I don't want to go do that cardio after. That's not worth it. Don't go get the donut. So the most important thing, choose a good behavior, choose a good natural reaction, choose a better natural reaction to a negative situation. When you realize you messed up and you realize you went back on a habit, messed up on your diet, got distracted, do whatever that habit was that you were trying to break. Replace that next thought instead of going, oh, okay, no, I did this. Replace it right away with something positive, right? And that'll naturally link that thought process to your brain. So when you're thinking of breaking your habit again, the first thing that comes to your brain is that reaction you had last time after it happened. What was that negative effect after, right? Instead, it's okay, I went for a walk after. All right, screw it. The donut's not worth going for another walk. I don't want to do it. The donut's not worth another workout, right? Whatever it is. So find that next execution. And in these processes, you want to break all those bad habits and start creating new ones. So, recap. Create positive habits for yourself. Test yourself. See what works. See what benefits your lifestyle. See what you can do for yourself in those 3 weeks. Second, break those bad habits. And replace those bad habits with good reactions, right? This is your time to be self-reflective and benefit yourself, bettering yourself every day. Lock in, get better.